Hello everyone, welcome to your very own channel Programming Knowledge, and in this particular video we are going to learn about how to use strict mode in JavaScript. What is strict mode? So basically strict mode is a special mode in JavaScript that makes the code run under strict rules, right? Whatever the code we were writing in the JavaScript, many of the times JavaScript actually it has a potential behavior that it ignores the syntax of the code. Many of the time if you are writing a code and the syntax of that your code is wrong, JavaScript will simply ignore it. JavaScript it will say that if that line of code is showing certain meaning, it will allow, it will even show the result also. But if you keep using those syntax in your code, what will happen that after some time when you will reach a very large length of and large line of codes, you will start facing problem and errors due to that wrong syntax. So that thing could be changed with the help of a strict mode, in which you will be forced to write the code in a proper syntax so that it will not create any problem while writing large number of codes and while working on big projects. So this is what we are going to learn today. And your basically strict mode prevents your JavaScript from common mistakes, and it also catches error during the development. So let's see how to use it. Let's go to our Visual Studio Code. Let's go. So we have come to our Visual Studio Code. Here we are having some common files, that is our HTML file, CSS file and JavaScript file. Inside the HTML file, I'm having the HTML boiler code, inside of which I'm having a main tag and a h1 tag, inside of which it is written subscribe the channel, which you should if you haven't yet, right? Okay, so inside the script tag we are going to write our JavaScript code, and as I told you that we are going to write in the strict mode, which will be in a proper syntax. But before that, let's understand that what problems and what mistakes we are doing while writing the code in a non-stricter mode. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's take an example that if I'm writing a equals to 10, right, and I'm printing it console.log, and I'm writing a, right, and let's go on our browser where it is here, right. Now you can see here it is showing me the result 10. It is showing me a result 10, but I'm asking that why are you showing me result 10? Even in the a equals to 10 I have done a mistake. What mistake? I didn't declare this particular variable a. I have not used either var, let, const, any of the declaration. So this is wrong now. But even it is showing me the result that your value of a is 10. So this is what actually happens when you don't use a strict mode and use a common methods and common mode of JavaScript. But if you want to use a strict mode, what you have to do first, you simply have to write use strict on the top. When you write this and then if you go on the console, you will see that now you are getting an error. Error is what? That a is not defined. Did you get it? This is what actually happened with the help of strict mode. If you are writing the code in a wrong syntax, you will get an error. If I write here const, now see, now what will happen? It will show me the value. Why? Because now the syntax of our code of JavaScript is actually correct. So this is what your strict mode do. So I hope you get it. Now let's take an example of a function. Let's take an example of function. Let's remove this console.log and write a function. And function is what? Function. Okay, the spelling of function is wrong. What I'm doing? Okay, function. Function's name is caller. Let's name anything. Okay, and inside of it, I'm writing b equals to 20, right? And I'm saying that console.log 20, right? Console.log 20. Okay, fine. So can you guess that what mistake is here? Can you guess it? Okay, let's remove this const also, right? And let's remove this use strict also. Now, if I go on the console, if I write a, I'm getting the value of a, and if I'm writing a function, I'm calling this function caller, right? If I'm calling this function caller, then you can see I'm getting a value 20. Why? Because I'm printing a 20. Here the value of b is 20, and I'm calling. Oh, sorry, I have given the value already. Sorry for that. If I write caller, I press the enter, you can see I'm getting a value 20. So value of 20 is coming from b, but if you see here in the a also, I have not declared it. Even inside the function, I have not declared it. So this is what happening, that I'm writing the code in the wrong syntax, but still it is working. Now when I applied a strict mode, the a will show an error as you saw earlier. So I'm writing const here, right? And now let's see that is it showing any error. No, it's not showing me any error. Even after writing a, I'm getting the value, right? Okay, why I'm getting a value? Because the syntax for a is right, is correct, but it is not showing any error for b. Why? Because I'm not calling the function. When I will call the function, then it will go inside of it and it will see that whether the code is written in a right syntax or not, right? So if I call the function, if I'm calling caller, earlier what happened, earlier when I call the function, it was showing the value 20, but now if I call the function, you can see it is saying that b is not defined. Why it is showing that? It is showing because you have not applied any declaration before the variable b. So let's put let here. Now let's call the function caller, and now you can see it is showing me a value 20. So this is what your strict mode work. This is how it works, right? You can even put this strict mode inside the function also. Like if I take it inside this function, as you can see, right? Now let's remove this const. So if I try to access the value of a here, I'm getting a value 10, even if the syntax is wrong, because now the strict mode is inside the function, not inside, not outside, not in a global, right? So now if I call the function caller, it will show me a value. But if I remove this declaration and now I call the caller, it will show me an error that b is not defined. But if I call a, it will show me a value 10, right? But in both a and b, we are not using any declaration. So this is how your strict mode works. This is how it actually uh, makes help you to write the code in the right syntax. Now let's take one more example, right? One more example. Now try to understand what I'm trying to tell you is that let's write a function. Function name is add, and inside of it I'm giving two different parameters, that is a comma b. And now I'm returning what? Return a plus b, right? Okay, now if I take the value which is being returned from the function add inside a variable name result and add 3 comma 4, right? Okay, now if I print it, that is console.log, and I'm asking for result. Now if I go to our console, you can see here I'm getting a value 7, right? I'm getting a value 7. Now if I use a strict mode here, that is use strict, then what will happen? It will then show me the value 7. Why? Because the syntax is truly correct, right? But just think about it, that if I change this B and write A and remove this strict mode, right? And if I'm saying that now add A plus A, is it wrong? Is it wrong? We are saying that I'm giving two different argument 3 comma 4, and I'm having two different parameter, two same parameter A comma A, right? Now will it show me a result as 7? What do you say? Let's see. It is showing me a value 8 here. What is showing me 8? Tell me. Because it is taking the value A as 4, and in the first A it is again taking the value 4. So this is what I was talking about. You are getting an error here. You are getting an error here. You are not getting the exact value, exact sum here, which you are sending the values as a argument, right? So here the strict mode comes. Strict mode don't allow you to use the same variable as the parameter, both parameter, right? As you can see, duplicate parameters name not allowed in this context. So this is how your strict mode protects and prevent your code from getting an error or a wrong output, right? Now if you write here B and if you write here B, the code will run, otherwise it will not run, because there are the chances of getting a wrong output if you use the same and duplicate parameters, right? I hope I have given you a lot of examples about how the strict mode works, what is a strict mode. So this is all about it, right? This is the basic about what strict mode is and how it is implemented in the JavaScript. So if you understood the concept, make sure that you like the video and subscribe the channel, and we will keep uploading the content on the JavaScript. So stay connected to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.